In Pine Grove, where secrets hide behind picket fences, a holiday escape turned into a forbidden dance. She thought it was just one night, until his wife knocked on her door. What happens when the truth unravels? And who pays the price? In Pine Grove, Emma arrived for a quiet holiday, suitcase in hand, seeking solace from city chaos. The quaint town whispered promises of peace. But at the local bar, a stranger's gaze, intense, broken, locked onto hers. His name was Jake, and he carried shadows in his eyes. Emma laughed over whiskey, Jake's charm disarming her. His hands trembled, pupils wide, but she brushed it off. Holiday magic, she thought. They danced under neon lights, her heart racing. One night, no strings, she told herself. But lies have a way of sticking. Morning light spilled into Emma's rented cabin. Jake was gone, leaving a crumpled note, "You're different." Her phone buzzed, her parents, expecting holiday plans. Guilt gnawed. She didn't know Jake's wife, Sarah, was watching from across the street, eyes burning with questions. Sarah, Pine Grove's librarian, knew Jake's late nights too well. His excuses, work, stress, smelled like lies. Seeing him with Emma at the bar twisted her gut. She clutched her wedding ring, heart pounding. Was this the end of her carefully built life? She needed answers. Emma packed to leave, her fling a fleeting memory. But Jake's texts flooded her phone, desperate, poetic. "I need you," he wrote. She hesitated, fingers hovering over the block. Her parents called again, their voices warm. How could she tell them she'd crossed a line? Sarah followed Jake to the edge of town, where he met a dealer in shadows. Her husband, a recovering addict, was slipping again. But it wasn't just drugs, she saw him linger outside Emma's cabin. Her breath caught. Was he hiding more than his addiction? She gripped her phone. Emma met Jake again, against her better judgment. His eyes were wild, words slurred. "You're my escape," he mumbled, kissing her fiercely. She pulled back, heart sinking. This wasn't a fling, it was a trap. Her parents' call went unanswered, guilt tightening her chest. Sarah confided in her friend, Lila, over coffee. "Jake's different," she whispered, tears brimming. Lila urged her to confront him, but Sarah feared the truth. What if he loved someone else? The thought choked her. Pine Grove's charm felt like a lie, hiding dark secrets. Emma found a photo in Jake's jacket, him with Sarah, smiling, a family. Her stomach dropped. He wasn't single. She wanted to run, but Jake's pleas held her. "It's complicated," he said. She stared at the photo, her holiday escape now a moral maze. What had she done? Sarah saw them together at dusk, Jake's hand on Emma's arm. Rage and pain collided in her chest. She didn't know Emma was just a visitor, or that her own marriage was crumbling under Jake's addiction. All she knew was the sting of a stranger in her husband's arms. Sarah dug through Jake's phone while he slept, her hands shaking. Texts to Emma burned her eyes, "You're my light." Her heart fractured. She didn't know Emma's name yet, but the words carved a wound. How long had this been going on? She needed to know everything. Emma packed frantically, her holiday ruined. Jake's lies clung to her like damp air. She wanted to leave Pine Grove, but her car wouldn't start. A knock at the door froze her. Sarah, eyes red, stood there. "Who are you to him?" Sarah demanded, voice breaking. Sarah's confrontation with Emma was raw, tear-streaked. Emma stammered, "It was one night." Sarah didn't believe her. The women stood, strangers bound by Jake's deception, their voices rising. Pine Grove's quiet streets hid their screams. Truth was a dangerous spark. Jake stumbled into the cabin, high, oblivious to the storm. Sarah's glare cut through him. "Tell her," she spat. Emma stood frozen, guilt choking her. Jake's slurred excuses, addiction, loneliness, only deepened the wound. No one spoke of love, only pain. Emma thought of her parents, their trust in her. She'd come to Pine Grove for peace, not chaos. Now, caught in Jake's web, she felt like the villain. Sarah's tears mirrored her own shame. How do you apologize for a mistake that shatters a family? She didn't know. Sarah demanded Jake get help, counseling, rehab. But his eyes darted to Emma, seeking rescue. Emma backed away, heart pounding. She wasn't his savior. Sarah saw the glance, her hope crumbling. Could she save her marriage, or was it already gone? Lila, Sarah's friend, suggested a plan: confront Jake with his family present. Force him to face reality, she urged. Sarah hesitated, picturing Jake's parents, his sister, their judgment. But the idea of Emma's parents knowing loomed larger. Secrets were heavy burdens. Emma called her best friend, Mia, sobbing. I didn't know he was married, she whispered. Mia's silence stung. Emma felt the weight of her choices, her holiday now a nightmare. Mia urged her to come clean to her parents, but fear held Emma back. Jake's dealer cornered him, demanding payment. Jake, desperate, promised money he didn't have. His addiction was a noose, tightening around his lies. He thought of Emma, then Sarah, his heart torn. Could he fix this, or was he too far gone? Sarah found a counselor's card in Jake's wallet, a flicker of hope. She called, scheduling a session for them both. But doubt gnawed. Could words mend a broken trust? She pictured Emma's face, a stranger who'd changed everything. Pine Grove felt suffocating. Emma's parents arrived in Pine Grove, expecting a joyful reunion. Emma forced a smile, hiding her turmoil. They sensed her distance, their questions gentle but probing. She wanted to confess, but the words stuck. How do you admit you've hurt someone's family? Sarah's plan took shape. Jake's family would come for an introduction. She framed it as tradition, but it was a reckoning. Jake, unaware, agreed, thinking it was about marriage. Sarah's heart raced. Would this expose his lies or deepen her pain? Emma met Jake one last time, begging him to stop contacting her. His eyes, bloodshot, pleaded for forgiveness. I'm trying, he said, but his shaking hands betrayed him. Emma walked away, tears falling. She couldn't save him, but could she save herself? Sarah overheard Jake on the phone, promising Emma he'd leave her. Her world tilted. She clutched their wedding album, memories now tainted. The counselor's words echoed, honesty is the first step. But honesty meant shattering everything. Was she ready? Pine Grove's charm had fractured lives. Emma, Sarah, and Jake were tangled in a web of choices, each thread pulling tighter. Love, once a beacon, now burned like a wound. As Jake's family arrived, the town held its breath. Truth was coming, ready or not. Jake's family gathered in Sarah's living room, their smiles warm but oblivious. Sarah's heart pounded as she served tea, her eyes on Jake. Emma's name hung unspoken. The air felt thick, ready to crack. One truth could shatter this fragile scene. Would she speak? Emma sat alone in her cabin, staring at her phone. Her parents' texts glowed, "We're here." She couldn't face them, not yet. Jake's photo with Sarah haunted her. She'd been a spark in his chaos, not his savior. Guilt choked her. How could she undo this? Sarah's voice broke the chatter. Jake has something to say. His family turned, confused. Jake froze, eyes darting. Sarah's stare burned. Tell them about Emma, she said, voice steady but sharp. The room stilled, breaths held. Jake's silence screamed louder than words. Jake stammered, "It's not what you think." His mother frowned, his sister's eyes narrowed. Sarah's composure cracked, tears spilling. "He's been with her," she said, pointing at nothing. The family gasped, their trust crumbling. Pine Grove's secrets were spilling out. Emma's parents knocked on her cabin door, their voices cheerful. She opened it, forcing a smile. "You okay, honey?" her mom asked, sensing her strain. Emma nodded, lies heavy on her tongue. The truth about Jake felt like a blade. How long could she hide it? Jake's sister, Claire, cornered him after the gathering. "Who's Emma?" she demanded. Jake's excuses, addiction, mistakes, fell flat. Claire's disappointment cut deep. "Fix this," she hissed, "or lose us all." Jake felt the weight of his choices, heavier than ever. Sarah drove to the counselor's office alone, Jake's absence a fresh wound. The session was meant for two, but she spoke anyway, voice breaking. "I trusted him," she whispered. The counselor listened, but no words could mend her heart. Emma's shadow lingered in the room. Emma packed her bags, Pine Grove no longer a refuge. Her parents' laughter echoed outside, oblivious to her turmoil. She wanted to confess, to free herself, but fear held her. The holiday, meant for joy, had become a mirror, reflecting her shame. Sarah found Emma's address in Jake's phone. She stood outside the cabin, heart racing. Confronting her again felt reckless, but she needed answers. She knocked, hard. Emma opened the door, eyes wide. "Why him?" Sarah asked, voice trembling. Truth hung between them. Emma's confession spilled out. "I didn't know he was married." Sarah's anger softened to pain. Two women, strangers, bound by one man's lies. They stood in silence, the weight of their choices crushing. Pine Grove's quiet hid their storm, but it couldn't last. Jake's family demanded he enter rehab. "No more chances," his father said, voice stern. Jake nodded, but his thoughts drifted to Emma. Sarah watched, her hope fading. Could he change, or was love just a lie he told? The family meeting loomed, heavy with stakes. Emma's parents sensed her distance over dinner. "Talk to us," her dad urged. Emma's eyes welled up, the truth clawing at her throat. She wanted to confess about Jake, but fear of their judgment stopped her. Her holiday lie was unraveling, piece by piece. Sarah planned the family introduction, a facade for truth. Jake's parents, unaware, thought it was about marriage. Sarah invited Emma's parents, a bold move. "Let everyone see," she told Lila, her voice steel. The stage was set for a reckoning, but at what cost? Jake showed up at Emma's cabin, desperate. "I'm going to rehab," he said, eyes pleading. "Come with me." Emma recoiled, his needs suffocating. "You have a wife," she snapped, shutting the door. His footsteps faded, but her heart still raced with guilt. Sarah sat with the counselor, alone again. "I want to save him," she admitted, tears falling. But the counselor's words stung. "You can't fix him." Sarah clutched her ring, wondering if love was worth this pain. Emma's face flashed in her mind, a silent rival. Emma wrote a letter to Sarah, words trembling on the page. "I'm sorry. I didn't know." She couldn't send it, not yet. Pine Grove's charm had faded, its streets a reminder of her mistake. Could an apology heal anything, or was it too late? The family gathering arrived, tables set in Sarah's backyard. Jake's parents chatted with Emma's, unaware of the storm. Sarah's hands shook as she poured wine. Jake stood, pale, knowing the truth was coming. Emma's absence felt like a ghost in the room. Sarah spoke, voice clear but fragile. "Jake's struggling. With addiction, and choices." Emma's parents frowned, confused. Sarah's eyes met Jake's, daring him to confess. He looked away, shame burning. The air tightened, truth inching closer, unstoppable. Emma's mom called, sensing her absence. "Where are you?" she asked. Emma, miles away now, lied, just needed space. Her parents' love felt like a weight she didn't deserve. She clutched Sarah's unsent letter, wondering if truth could free her. Jake broke, voice cracking. "I messed up," he told the families. "There was someone else." Gasps filled the air. Emma's parents paled, piecing it together. Sarah stood tall, her pain a silent scream. The gathering shattered, truth cutting like glass. Emma's parents confronted her over the phone, their voices sharp with hurt. "How could you?" her mom cried. Emma sobbed, confessing everything: Jake, the fling, the lies. Their silence was worse than anger. Pine Grove's holiday was now a scar, forever etched. Jake entered rehab, his family's ultimatum ringing in his ears. Sarah stayed home, staring at their wedding photo. She slipped off her ring, heart torn. Could she wait for him, or was love too broken? Emma's shadow lingered, a reminder of what she'd lost. Emma mailed the letter to Sarah, her apology raw. "I hope you find peace," she wrote. Driving away from Pine Grove, she felt lighter but broken. Her parents' forgiveness would take time, but she vowed to face them, to rebuild trust. The road ahead was long. Sarah read Emma's letter, tears blurring the words. She didn't hate her, not anymore. Jake's rehab reports were hopeful, but Sarah felt empty. She packed a bag, needing space. Pine Grove couldn't hold her pain. Love, once her anchor, now felt like a choice. In Pine Grove, secrets tore lives apart, yet truth offered a fragile hope. Sarah, Jake, and Emma faced their choices, each scarred but seeking redemption. "Love's weight can break or bind us," Michelle mused. "In the end, we choose what to carry forward, and what to leave behind."